Guys, we're gonna do a big old pork butt for some pulled pork on that Woodfire Grill today. You're not gonna wanna miss this one. Listen, I've done pulled pork a couple different ways on my wood fires out there. Now I'm gonna just show you kind of a different way, a little bit more of a low and slow kind of cook. And guys, I'm gonna take you through all the steps of this pulled pork recipe. But if you want a written recipe for this, you can check out my website. I'll have it up on there just as soon as this video is released. I'm going to start putting a little bit more effort into the website this year, so make sure you go check it out. It's cookingwithcj.com. Pretty simple, right? You can find all my cookbooks on there too. A bunch of my recipes broken down into different categories for the Woodfire, for other ninjas, regular cooking, all that stuff. So don't forget to check out that website. Usually when I'm smoking meat on my other smokers, I do 275 Fahrenheit as the cooking temperature for smoking. So that's what I'm going to do this time. And I'll have the little Celsius right here, right? And I'm going to give it a double dose of the pellet smoke, okay? Most of the time, I'll just give it one hit of 1 cup of the pellets. This time, I'm going to let it burn through one and then add another to it just to kind of, give it that extra little oomph of smokiness, right? It's not always necessary. I hardly ever do it, but I thought it'd be fun at this one since I'm changing things up. So we're gonna do 2 cups of pellets. And of course, we're gonna use these Smokin pecan pellets. These are made from 100% all natural pecan shells, not that wood binder stuff you see out there in the little pellets. Guys, I love these things. I love the flavor it gives. Clean smoke, good flavor. Gotta love it. If you wanna get some, link down below, save you 10% on your first order. Check it out, okay? Seriously, I suggest you do it. One of the questions I get the most on, any of the comments and the emails or whatever, if your pellets don't light, whether it's these Smokin pecan pellets or regular wood pellets, if they don't ignite that first time around, just press that wood fire button and hold it for about 3 seconds. It'll fire up that ignition again and then start burning the pellets. Sometimes those pellets have a little bit of moisture, other extenuating circumstances, I don't know. But sometimes you need to give it a refire, so that's how you do it. Okay, cool. Now this pork butt is about 9 pounds. It's a big boy. So we're gonna season it up with some Heath Riles honey barbecue. I'm not gonna use a binder on there because it's a pretty tacky pork butt. So that binder is gonna hold on there. So this honey barbecue rub is great for pulled pork, because we like a sweet pulled pork. We got some barbecue sauce we're gonna braise it in, and a little bit of Mott's apple juice. And again, link down below if you want to get the Heath Riles honey barbecue rub or any of his rubs. And there's a 10% off if you use that too. So guys, I like to present a lot of stuff to you guys while we're doing the cooking. A lot of them have discount codes, some are affiliate links, but half the time I get questioned on what I'm using in the videos. So this is what we're using. But before we season it up, I scored that fat cap because there's a pretty thick fat cap on that pork butt. So I scored it up so some of that seasoning gets in there and that good smoke gets in between that fat, and it helps render it down while it's doing the cooking too. Score that fat cap if you got it. We season it up, all sides, every side. Heavy seasoning, okay guys? It is a big piece of meat. You're just seasoning the outside of it, so you want that pretty heavy, okay? So don't be afraid to season your meat. And then we got our TempSpike Pro thermometers going in. This Pro version has 4 probes. I don't really need 4 probes. I'm just gonna use 2 because it's such a big pork butt. So I'm gonna check both sides and make sure it's cooking evenly all the way through. We're setting up that first cook to 170. Once it hits 170 Fahrenheit internal, again, Celsius right there, we're gonna wrap it in some foil and all the goodies that I showed you already. And then we'll get it back on, take it to about 205, 210. I'm explaining this a lot to you guys indoors because I'm in Southern California, and I don't know if y'all know, we've had a lot of fires, a lot of winds around here. So it's very hard for me to talk and film outside. So you're gonna get a lot of, kind of B-roll as I talk, all right? This video will probably have minimal outside filming just because there's so much noise and, the breeze out there. So bear with me. Once it's done, that 205, 210, we're nice and probe tender, and we'll use one of our instant reads to check the probe tenderness. Then we'll take it, bring it in the house, let it rest. We'll let it rest for about an hour or so. So I've already been outside. We've already got a cup of the Smokin pecan pellets in the wood fire. We're just setting the grill plate in there. I'm setting the temperature to 275, like I said. I hit the start button and made it, go through the ignition process, and then I realized I didn't set timing for it. I had 30 minutes on the time, which obviously is not enough time to do this. So before I get that pork butt on, we're gonna raise up that time to 8 hours. I don't know that it's really gonna take 8 hours on this, but since we're going a little bit lower on the temperature, I want to give it plenty of time, on there on the timer. So just kind of jumped the gun on that one, but it's okay. We got the pork butt on. Now it's just a waiting game. We're going to let it go for about an hour, hour and 15 minutes. We'll go check on it, add another cup of the pellets, give it that good smoke, and then we'll get it wrapped. All right, so stick around. All right, y'all, we're 2.5 hours in. Gave it 2 cups of those pellets. We're temping over a little less than 180 right now. Let's get this out. We got a little pan here. We're going to take it in the house, and I'll meet you. I'm going to take out the tip probes real quick. Put those to the side. And let's doctor this bad boy up. What he said. Going in with a full, what is this, 8 ounces of apple juice. Because apple and pork go together like stuff that goes together. Got a little hickory barbecue sauce from my guy. Mr. Fietti, if you will. Squirt a bunch of that on there. Probably about half this thing. Okay. And then we're going to throw a bunch of that honey rub back on too. And when we pull this, we're going to pull it in that juice. So it's going to, have plenty of flavor in there. Keep it nice and moist. You're going to dig it. Now we're going to wrap this bad boy back up. Make sure it's nice and sealed tightly around there. Okay. And we'll get our TempSpikes back in. Okay. They're still pretty hot, so I'm using a towel on it. All right, we'll go in with the other one right there. TempSpike probes are in. I'm gonna take it back out there, get it back on the wood fire, and just finish it up till it's about 210. All right, y'all, we're about 5.5 hours into this. It's going in pretty smooth here, like butter. Little bit of tug right there. So it's right around 200 degrees. Over here, it's a little bit more tight. So it's not probe tenders where I want it to be. So we're gonna let it go a little bit longer, probably another hour or so. It's probing tender. We're over 200 degrees all the way around. The bone's right there. So we're gonna pull this inside, let it rest, and then we'll tear into it. We're gonna let it rest about an hour. All right, y'all, we've let it rest for that hour. Now it's time to pull our pork. Pull our pulled pork. It's still hot, so be careful. You can let it rest longer if you want. But I'm hungry. Everybody else is too. There we go. That beautiful dark color. Now let's tear into it. We're gonna get some protective gloves on because it's still hot. So I got these cotton liner gloves. I'm gonna cover them up with these plastic nitrile gloves. I'll put a link in the video description if you guys want to check them out. Because everybody always asks what I do with my gloves or where I get my gloves and all that stuff. So there you go. The other thing, guys, link down below for this bad boy, TempSpike Pro. I was able to take off today and still connect to a Wi-Fi at the grocery store and check out and make sure our temps are running right. That's one of the best things about this new TempSpike Pro is you switch between Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So guys, really check it out. The Bluetooth is 600 feet of connectivity, and the Wi-Fi is, limited only by the Wi-Fi, wherever you're at. All right, so you guys see we pulled out that bone, clean as a whistle. Now let's just tear into this. You take a look. Beautiful, right? Great color in there. We're gonna shred this up in the juices here. So we have nice juicy pulled pork, but you can see it's just falling apart, guys. This is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. Let me get through this. I'm not gonna make you watch me do this to the whole thing, but like, guys, just beautiful, right? All right, let me get this all pulled up, and then we'll have a little talk about it. All right, we got it mostly pulled here. I'm gonna add a little bit more of our barbecue rub in there. Just give it a nice little mix. Got some beautiful colors going on. Just another tablespoon or so. Get that all nice and mixed in. Let's give it a try. Guys, we are done. Got it all nice and seasoned up. I mean, it's pulled pork, plenty of smoke, sweet flavor. Honestly, guys, I don't notice the second round of smoke. So if you guys want to give it 2 cups of the pellets, knock yourself out. But for me, the one time, you're good to go. I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this. Guys, you want to get anything I've mentioned in my video, links are down below. Don't forget about the Woodfire Grill cookbooks that I have. They're $5 each, but if you buy the bundle, it's 15 bucks and it'll save you $5, so it's a good deal. If you'd like to become a show producer like all the awesome people scrolling in front of me right now, people that love some good pulled pork, just like your boy, there are 2 ways to join up. Either you hit that Patreon link in my video description or that join button right next to the subscribe button, which you should already hit by now. But other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.